Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Check, check, mic check. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Sound check. Sound check.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Welcome to the Chart Lounge, everybody. We're getting ready to get started. All right, guys, give me just a second to get things set up here. So we got the crypto bubbles going on. Everything's a little bit in the red right now. Trying to get my chat set up, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Try that one more time. See, Donna's here. How you doing, Donna? And Crypto Crusader, welcome. Maybe that's it. All right, well, I thought I had a cool thing that would show the chats, but it's not working. Huh. Well, don't that suck? Try that one more time. Oh, we can do it this way, I guess. And Donna says hi, and Crypto Crusader says, what's going on? Chart and Crypto said this is the place to be tonight. Looking forward to a solid stream. Well, let's hope so. Donna says she's good and happy to catch live. Donna has been hard at work at a Telegram group. See if I can drag that little guy over here. So for anybody who doesn't know about this, well, I've got a link in the, we'll put a link in the description, but it'll take you to this page, this channel here. Got lots of cool stuff just kind of buried in here. The easiest way to find it is to go up to the top. Now I'm a boomer and I can't work this now. But there's all kinds of charts. There's watch list, cheat sheets, things like that. There's some books on here. And then there's a link at the very top. And it'll take you here. Hit that and it takes you to our private chat room. And we've got a lot of cool things going on over there. Donna's even got a chat bot hooked up that's just off the chain crazy. I don't know, let's try it and see what it does. Let me get an easy one here, but just really, really cool. Let's check out the liquidations here. So you just give it a command and it gives you information. I think it even does some analysis or something, right? Put that out of the way there. All right, well, let's just go ahead and get into it. Let me set aside the comments for a second, find a place to park those. The biggest thing that I'm looking at is a lot of people are being really bullish, and I'm not bearish. I'm bullish on Bitcoin overall, but I just see some warning signs, and I don't hear people really talking about them very often, or talking about them very much. They seem to be overlooking some of the things that are just clearly warning signs to me. One of them is the dollar, which decided to pop out of this falling wedge, which is, you know, that's bullish. Not really what we want to see with the dollar, because when the dollar goes up, Bitcoin is not happy. And we're kind of starting to experience that right now, right? Now, there's a chance that I'm seeing that, you know, is getting tired here. Hopefully that will work out. I'm on the 15-minute. We got the Ichimoku cloud getting real thick. So that's a good sign that, you know, that maybe it will come down. I was looking at this area up here for rejection. Maybe we don't make it up that far. That's what I'm hoping. But this is a very bullish pattern. So if anything, what normally happens is that we'll come back down for a retest and still make our way up. This trend line is what are saving grace, but if we pop out of that and go to the upside, we're going to take a hit. Let's see if we can back out of this, and you can see that orange trend line I got right here is where we broke market structure, came down below, still falling wedge, 68% chance to break to the upside. And when I take that angle and, of course, pull this line up to the top where you see a falling channel, so, I mean, we could come up here to these areas. We could be going back to the 200 EMA on the daily, could be coming back up to the top of this line here. That happens. Ouch, we're hurting. So that's what we got to keep in mind and watch for tomorrow. The next thing is ES1 that's really got me kind of concerned. I mean, overall, now this is a bullish pattern, this falling megaphone pattern, to say it the easiest way. It's actually got a bullish breakup, and it's got a good chance to finish that. But what we've got to really pay attention to tomorrow with this market is that there is still this probability we are still in a rising wedge formation here. Broke out of it, but looks like we're falling back into it. That's not a good sign. So what I'm wanting to warn everybody to do is just be on guard for whatever happens with ES1. That's the S&P 500 E-mini futures. Good God for Bitcoin. This covers tech stocks and all that, and Bitcoin correlates with this, and that's just how it is. With the big money coming in, this is what they're looking at, and this is going to guide their decisions. So if this, where'd my little thing go there? If this guy decides to come down here, a retest is normal, right? We could see that. That's okay, but if it does come down, we're going to suffer a little bit, and Bitcoin could fall, even if we just do a retest on the S&P 500s. But if it breaks back into this pattern, that's the warning sign. That's the warning sign right there. It's time to have a plan for that, because that will drag Bitcoin down. That will drag everything down, and it's tying back to the dollar, whatever the dollar is doing. So that's the big warning that I just want to put out. And then, of course, the bearish signs that I'm seeing on Bitcoin. And let's see if we can get down to the 4-hour here. And make sure I got the right chart. Okay, I'm not seeing it there. We can use this one though. So it's got this rounding pattern here, a rounding shape to it, a scallop shape, a rounding top. Kind of a concern for me. and I did have it drawn out, but it fits very well. And that seems to be what we got going on. Now, how this can play out several different ways. And we could just trade sideways for Bitcoin, and that's fine. There's a bullish side and a bearish side to this. Now, it is possible that we come down about halfway and we could get a break to the upside. That would be great. A lot of times, though, we're just coming back down. And since we did break out of this falling wedge pattern with Bitcoin, you know, we got like a 62, 63% chance to come back to retest this breakout area somewhere around 18,300, maybe as far down to retest this trend line, and that could get us down below 17,000. So those are just some things to keep in mind. But this tiredness here with Bitcoin, and you can see that already on the 4 hour, we broke back through the Ichimoku cloud. That puts us in bearish territory right there. Let me see if I can clear this off just a little bit. Let me check the chat real quick. Donna says there's so much useful information in there that the group is great for learning and practicing whilst getting feedback. It is awesome, and I'm glad to see the people that are just showing up there. They're interested and they want to learn questions and just sharing information. It's really cool. Falling wedge, bullish pattern. Grizz also, I've seen you over at Chart and Crypto. How you doing, Grizz? SB says a rising wedge. We're falling back into it. And okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself there. The big concern that I have is we need a retest. That would be healthy for Bitcoin. I would feel so much better about Bitcoin if we would just do that. That would give us a better shot if we were to come back anywhere through here. We got several different areas. I mean, we could catch a hitch right here at 21.5 in that area. We just need to make a higher low. And we're showing signs of getting tired. And let's see if I can get to a chart that I hadn't screwed up too much. This is what I see overall. Now, I took this line here because I'm really big on angles and I'm really big on these trend lines. And when you do that, you grab control here. Let me get the right switch there. And you just make a copy of it. That worked really well, didn't it? And bring it up, keeps those angles, and we fall right into that channel. And this is one of my go-tos for figuring out things. Now, I look for patterns and chart patterns and everything like that within, but I also like to zoom out and see what the overall pattern is. This is valid. We are at the top of the pattern, top of resistance. We pull up our Bollinger Bands. Even if we have the Bollinger Bands on the week, having a hard time navigating that. Yeah, we're at the tops. Now, usually when you got a candle closed and candle open above those Bollinger Bands, it's a good sign that we're going to continue up. We broke down below it. We got rejected there. I'm just seeing that we're coming back down for a correction. And most of the things that I'm seeing, and it's kind of weird when I see them do that too. Even my own mentor, he's very bullish, and I'm like, I don't, you know, it's a possibility. I mean, but there's got to be a big ton of money to come in tomorrow, the next day. I'm not seeing signs of that happening. I'm just a little concerned. But, you know, we're putting these rising channels and we're drawing those. Okay. And I'm seeing these guys, and they're also going over to the dollar. Now, they're calling this rising channel that it's doing on the smaller time frames as a bearish pattern. Oh, it's getting ready to break down. But when it comes to Bitcoin, it's like, woo, we're going to break through and go through the roof. And I just think people should be cautious. We're not going to know until we see whatever happens with the ES1. So where did that original chart go? I've been drawing these so many different ways. Just trying to check up on this. But we've already broken market structure here. So I mean, this pattern's over. It's done. It's gone. We're already coming through the Ichimoku cloud, even on the 4 hour. I think on the daily, it's getting thick. We haven't made it there, but the fact that it's getting thick like that, that means it's like a magnet. We're going to be drawn to it. We've already broken down. This is the first time that when was this? 2 days ago, broke down below this 9 daily moving average. It was a strong trend. Strong trends are always just riding above it, right? When we break below it, we got to be cautious. And now we're coming down to retest the 21, which is bringing us down to weekly support. So, I mean, it would be great if we could just trade sideways there. That would be good. That would be good for altcoins. And maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll get some of that. But usually when market structure breaks like this, I mean, you've already got a measured move just from this alone. Bringing Bitcoin down to 21.8. Let's go ahead and mark that guy. But that's what I'm seeing, and we'll more than likely come back down and retest the 200 EMA, most likely on the daily level is what I'm seeing. So I'm looking for maybe getting down as low as 19,800, somewhere through there. But it's just healthy if we can come back. If we just get a partial decline, which would put us around, this area right here, that's fine. We could do that. But we just need that higher low to confirm that we got a chance to make a higher high. And once we get that, hey, then we're looking bullish. But right now, it's just not there. All right. Okay, just checking back with the chat. So how you guys doing tonight? How you guys feeling about everything? Now, I don't know if any of you guys trade with Mexi Global. I've just opened an account there recently, but I did make a watch list for them. Gosh, they've got a ton of them, man. I got like 938 coins on this watch list. But that's over on the Telegram group too. You can download it and put it into your trading view. You just go up here. Oh, how do you do that? Let me get this guy out of the way. So import list, and then you just go wherever you have it saved, put it right in there, and then boom, it just pops up. But that's kind of a cool thing. I put that on there just kind of keep up with that. They got every coin that you can imagine, things I've never heard some of these. So for Poo coins, good place to go, I guess. But the biggest thing I was going to look at was the AIs, and it's starting to look like they've already started to drop. This metaverse AI, KuCoin AI tokens. And we can, of course, look at anything that you guys want to look at. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about was what I saw for Bitcoin. And I with all the bullish sentiment out there, a lot of people seem to think that tomorrow's going to come and Tuesday's going to come and we're just going to take off. And I'm not seeing it. Just not seeing it. I'm not comfortable even putting altcoins trades out there right now. Let's see. We probably need to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. That's going to, in total too, because that plays into this too. Bitcoin dominance has been coming down. It's doing a retest. Now it broke out bullishly out of what's normally a bearish pattern, and that's what everybody's expecting Bitcoin to do. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit so we can see it. So if Bitcoin dominance comes down, if we break back into here, that's great for altcoins. We'll have a little altcoin season going on. Possibility, Ichimoku cloud's getting a little bit thick there. Could happen. We could get a retest and start headed back up. That's going to hurt altcoins if that happens. So we got to watch Bitcoin dominance, just know how to play altcoins. And the trick is, as it comes down to its lows, that's one of the best times to sell your altcoins into Bitcoin and grow your Bitcoin. And once it goes up to its highs, regardless of what that altcoin is going for dollar-wise, that's one of the best times to buy it with Bitcoin, so that when it does come back down, you're making more Bitcoin. And that's just one of my strategies that I use all the time. And I was checking that this is the CME futures for Bitcoin, and on the daily they've already broken structure there with it. I'm just checking some of the smaller time frames to see if we got a confirmation yet. Not seeing it yet. Yeah, we did. On the 1 hour it's confirmed. I mean, if Bitcoin breaks back up into this, I mean, we can see some bullish activity, but we've got to see that happen. If it doesn't break back up into this trend, we're coming down. If it does break back into the trend, we've got a really good chance actually to come up to around 24,500 though. So total 2 also suffering right now. Let me zoom out to a bigger time frame here and clean up some of this mess. I make some charts to have this stuff simplified, and I post them on Twitter sometimes just to kind of say, you know, when just kind of explain when market cap's going up, it's good for altcoins. When it's going down, it's bad for altcoins. And I do that with dominance and everything, just trying to make it easier for people to understand it. This is normally a bearish pattern. It's got a very good chance to break down to the downside, unless we're in a parabolic move, and then we can break out to the upside and keep going hard and heavy. Not seeing the signs that that's going on right now. So the chances are we actually could break out of this, and we'd be looking at losing about $30 billion in altcoins if that happens. So we don't really want to see that money leave the altcoins. Checking out the chat. Okay. All right. So let me go back to where we were looking at with the AI tokens that have been just on fire. I was looking at some of these earlier, had some targets already planned out for some of them. This is Singularity DAO. Most of these are just up way too high. It's not the time to get in. And if you've been following the videos on my channel, I've been a big proponent about during this phase of the market cycle. And let me see if I can draw that. This is like your typical market cycle, right? Got your top and you got your mark down in your bottom area, mark up, and then your distribution area at the top again. And my strategy, and I've been able to catch it this time. Last time I was at the tail end, getting back into crypto. I was coming back into it late. Took a little break from a year or two before. Been through it this whole time, and I wasn't going to miss this bottom this time. So when we started dropping the 17.5, I started dabbling in the, accumulating some altcoins. And when we hit down in 15.5, 16,000 in that area, I was going pretty heavy collecting altcoins, building up positions. So got my bags packed, and now that Bitcoin started to take off and everybody wants to buy, and I'm just like, dude, this is the time to sell. This is the time to take profit. I think you guys are all pretty well versed enough to know by this time that you just don't buy the green candles, right? But this guy has pretty much reached its limit here, about 69 cents. Could go higher. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But more than likely, we're going to get a retest back down. So let's see what that would be for that guy. So probably down to about 48 cents to 53 cents. Or lower. Just depending on if and how much that we possibly drop. Could come all the way back down here to the bottom there though. Just depending on what our retrace for Bitcoin might look like. But yeah, all of these guys are just off the chain. ORAI chain was one of the biggest ones right there. It's hit targets that we had and everything. I think that was the top target that I had. It's got a chance to keep going up though. It's got a chance to actually get up to about $10. I don't know how long it would take it to do that. if it can still keep this, kind of parabolic structure that it's got a very good chance. Once it breaks that, though, that's over. What you guys? You got any coins that you're really interested in? What are your what's your biggest bags? What coins are you holding the most? If you're holding, or if you're just trading, which ones are your favorite ones to trade? So AGIX is coming in at the bottom now. So it's down 10% today, but look how much that thing has just took off. And that's one that I've been putting out there on my channel since back in September, October. That's just one that I use with Bitcoin to grow my Bitcoin. And so I traded against Bitcoin, and wow, when it did all this, I'm very happy. So I've got a nice little moon bag of that. That's my strategy for this part of the cycle. When I'm buying down toward the bottoms, my goal is to get a 2x on whatever tokens I'm trying to accumulate, pull out my capital, then I got a moon bag. I got a free bag of crypto, and then I got my capital back out, and I'm ready to just do that all over again if I get a chance. And then as we start getting into the markup phase, once we figure out what Bitcoin's doing, if we actually do, get a higher low and then a higher high, we know we're in a bullish trend, then I'll start leaning a lot more into trading. But right now, with Bitcoin where it is, just kind of teeter-tottering, is literally on the fence right now. In my mind, it's just not a good time to. I mean, you can find some scalps and things like that, some short-term trades with altcoins. Definitely the AI ones have been good, but they're getting kind of risky, and see that they haven't done so well today. Riz is interested in KAVA. Well, let's take a look at KAVA. Riz, where do you trade? Oh, I've got everything on MEXC. I'm more of a KuCoin person. If you got a particular exchange, I'll pull that up. I just by default go to KuCoin. That's just where I normally trade the most. Let's take a look and see what we got. I don't have any KAVA, but I do like it because it's blended in with the Cosmos ecosystem. And I do like the Cosmos ecosystem. There's our weekly. Okay, there we go. So we got a definite falling wedge going on. It's got enough touches to make it valid on the weekly, and got a breakout from it. So let's narrow this down. Daily's got the red dot on market cipher. That's not usually fun. And it's just riding along this 100 EMA on the daily. That's actually good. It hasn't broke down below it, and that's good. Now, I do like that I got my little cloud going on there, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's thickening up over here, so it may go sideways for a little while, like it has been. But once this 50 EMA crosses over that 100, and it's headed that way, that looks very good. So let's see what else we got. Support resistance. Throw a few more lines over here. There's a flip right there. SR flip. That's going to be a big one. And this little guy. Okay, so support's at 82 cents. And it's possible to come back down there. That's lining up with our 50 EMA there. But it looks like it's just going to follow this 100. Let's see what we got going on here with the smaller time frames. 9 crossed over the red on the daily. Okay, so yeah, some downward action there. Let's go to a smaller time frame to kind of look at it. I just see just a little bit of a correction there, and then more than likely more upward action. Let's that's good. So this is a bullish pattern. It's got actually has a really good rate. I think it was about 72% chance. It was more than the following. So yeah, 72% chance to break to the upside on that pattern. And that would be the measured move, take us up to about $1.23 in the shorter term. This doesn't look at, okay, with this pattern, bounces, top and bottom, but when it comes down to what they call a partial decline, and it doesn't get over, it doesn't go below the halfway mark, is what it's doing right now, that's a sign that it's working to come up to the top and break to the upside. So that's good, and it's above the 200 on the 4 hour. Those are all great signs right there. If it continues like that, if it doesn't lose the ground here at 96.95 cents, you should be looking at about $1.23 coming. Of course, it all depends on how Bitcoin does, but that doesn't look bad at all. And let's see what our big targets were from this falling wedge. If I can maneuver this screen. So I would actually take it from there. This is actually a little conservative for it. Now, the ones that are steep like this don't play out as well as more shallow ones, so it may not have just the big, huge measure move, which could be, up to $5. That one's a little bit more realistic right there at $3.93. And I think this one is pretty much, that's ultra conservative measure move right there. And I think we've already hit that or come close to it. It comes up to this area right there at 136. So I do like that on the daily, staying above that 100. It is in a actually a bullish pattern, so it's got a good chance. 72% chance to break to the upside. Better than a falling wedge. And Javed Ali asked, can I do AVAX? Yeah, sure can. Now, if you guys are looking for Bitcoin pairs, just let me know. I'll just automatically go to dollars or stablecoin. Ooh, nice. Let's clear this guy out. It's been a while since I looked at this one. Oh, this is on KuCoin. Do we have something with March of 21? Well, still not too far off. I want to pull something up with some more price history. Really? That's got it. Okay. So double bottom altogether. Huge double bottom. That's a good sign. Just that alone can give you hope to come up to these areas at 103 and even up here to the top. That's way farther out though. In the more immediate term, then we got another double bottom going on. So let's take a look at this one. Looked like it was trying to do an Adam and Eve. I've been seeing several of those. Usually the Eve part, well, usually it's a little bit above the point on the atom, but this also works. So this tells you off the bat that we're aiming for $30.75 to complete that pattern. It is above the 200 moving average on the daily. Positive. We just got another cross of the 50 over the 100. That's awesome. This is actually looking strong. A little bit of a hiccup on market cipher, but you're going to see that. It's just going to do green and red dots there. Money flow still in. VWAP needs to come up. So, I mean, it's cooling off right now, but overall it's good. So, I mean, it could come down as far as 1766, retest this 200 daily EMA. Definitely a possibility. Let's draw a trend line right here. Broke market structure, so it's coming down. It's going to happen. Let's see if we got a confirmation there. So the daily hasn't closed there, so it's actually still got a chance that it could pop back up in here. If it does that, that's bullish. Let's go ahead and adjust this a little bit. Put it right there. Okay. So move my trend lines. They're right where they should be. So it's kind of iffy. It's an iffy territory right now. So if we see it break back into this pattern, good sign we're going to make it up to the top, and it's heading about $24. If it can't hold itself in that pattern, we're coming down. And just your simple measure move would bring you down to 1625 in that area. And let's see what our indicators are saying here. Stochastics are down. That could be a good sign. BTC.D has disappeared on me there. BTC.D is still headed down. I'm curious. It looks like it's got a good chance actually to come back into this channel. That's what I would be watching for. That would definitely be a good sign. Better than Course Index coming down to the 1625 area. It's at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. That's another good sign right there. Somehow I lost my moving averages. See if we can back this baby up. That's not going to do it, is it? Oh, now we got all different colors. That's going to throw me off. Give me just a second, guys. Sorry about this. I use the 9, the 21, the 50, sometimes the 55, 100, and 200. And if I don't have them on there, I will forget about them and forget to look for them. So I definitely like to have them on there. Yeah, that's gonna, it's in the cloud. That's the thing. When we get in the cloud, it gets iffy, but you can see that it's bounced off the green cloud. Got just a little sliver of green there, red there, and I don't know if you can actually see it. Right here, some red, and then we got a sliver of green. I think it's coming back up in here, which would be a good sign for it going up. And that may be one of the few ones that's going to pop to the upside there. And can I do VIDT next? Let's take a look at VIDT. I'm not in that one. I forgot about it. But I saw it today and it looked like it was doing okay. So let's go to all. And I like to start on the bigger time frames to get an idea of what's going on. Ooh, baby cakes. What happened to you? There we go. Oh, we just take that all the way back, can't we? It's in a huge falling wedge. Let's see, I like to go from close to close. Candle body close, candle body close. Touches that wick. That gives us our touches that we need there. Okay. Now let's... Stochastics are headed up. That's good. RSI has been buried. Getting a bounce there. Hopefully crossing over that yellow line would be a great sign. MACD starting to look good. Get that cross there. Get that cross over the 0 line. That's good. Things are looking good for the weekly. With Market Cipher, we got stochastics are starting to come up. Good. That's a good sign. Money flow starting to come up. That's one of the most important things to look for. Got some bullish divergence there. A lot of good things going in your favor on this one. And the VWAP is to the plus side. So all this is on the weekly. That's great. That's great signs. So let's get a measured move overall. And these usually break to the upside. They got to go to the about 75% of the way on the pattern. So it may be a while before it actually breaks out, but let's put it there. And that would take us about to $1.65 in that area. Now let's look at some smaller time frames and see what we can figure out short term. It just went flat. Just went flat. That's actually a good sign. Actually, when we do this, we got the rounded shape. That's excellent. Rounded bottoms. My mentor would say rounded bottoms pay the bills. So cannot beat that. And broke out of this area. It's looking good. It's looking good and strong. Just that area right there. If I can get to it. Let me just go ahead and put a line there. That way you guys can see what I'm actually doing. Almost started to look like a little head and shoulders, but that threw that out. It still operates the same way as this. So you got a target just from this rounded shape taking you up to about 56 cents. See if we can get something else out of this. And that's also your 1618. That's perfect. So definitely looks like it's headed there. Your next bet would be about, what's it? 5.5 cents. Okay. Next target would be about 7.5 cents. But it looks like it's ready to move, and it's got all that right there. It's not going to be much of anything to hold it back. It should be able to, it's going to have a little bit of a hiccup here, about 17 cents. So it might have some trouble right there, just right under 17 cents, and then a little bit more trouble right around 26 cents. But then we're looking at working up to about actually 56 cents at the top of the pattern. it looks good. So hopefully that is bottom. It's a nice rounded shape. It's holding its support. That's the biggest thing I would keep my eye on. As long as it holds its ground, doesn't break back below, 4.5 cents. Yeah, you should be golden on that. And let's see, AZERO. I think I have a small bag of this. I was trying to accumulate it, but it already took off without me, so I don't have very much. But what I did went up, apparently. Nice. So it's getting ready. It's trying to roll over on the daily here. So I would be looking at this dotted blue line I've got there is actually the range that was in before, and is also 618. That's where it most likely come back to. Put a line here at $1.15. Now, if it's a really strong move, if it just comes back here to this green line about $1.23 and bounces there, that's a good sign. Really, really strong moves will bounce from that area. Most of them usually come back at least halfway, so that's about $1.15. At least there, or comes down further to about $1.07. Those are the main three areas that we should be looking for a retest, and this one makes sense since it would be retesting this high over here. So if we do get a pullback, that's what I'd be looking at. I would look here to see if you get a bounce. If it does, you got some good upside that's coming. If we come down here, still got some upside coming, but more than likely that's where the actual bounce will happen. But daily is going to come back for a little bit of a retest there. What I would do is just draw a trend line right there, connecting those to those. If that, my rule is when the trend line breaks, I'm out. Because it's going to do something weird and different. But that looks good. Now, if you're in a trade, you can also draw another trend line, and this is what I do when I'm trading. And when that one breaks, I cut it loose, and then you can pick it up as it, where it comes back down and bounces at. But now, okay, 4 hours looking nice. 4 hours trying to go up, so it may get a bounce here at the 236, which is even more bullish than the green one that I showed you, the 382. It looks like it wants to do that. So great sign if it does. Actually, let me zoom out just a second here. And let's get this guy off. So I'll draw the trend lines there. We're making a kind of a rising wedge type shape. But we just drag. Let's get those trend lines off of there. Drag this guy up and see how well he fits in. Might still work. It is kind of tapering off there, though. I think the rising wedge would actually fit that one a little bit better. So this is kind of a bearish pattern, but if we're in a strong bullish move, meaning if Bitcoin keeps doing really good, we've seen these happen. That's what got us here before. We have these bearish patterns and we break to the upside. When they do break to the upside, they tend to go parabolic. And it looks like that's what it's trying to do here. So if we see it stay inside this pattern and going back up to the top, that's a very good sign. Ichimoku cloud looks good. Getting ready to print a green dot on market. It looks like it's going to head up. So an immediate target would be about $1.47. So if you're trading, that would be a take profit area. And if we were to break out to the upside, one of the first targets you could look at would be $1.74. Although if we break up to the upside, there's probably a quicker, faster move going to higher prices there. That's just usually how that works out. Okay, what else can we do for price targets here? And this guy right here at $1.89. Excellent place to take profit. And if you're looking for something a little bit longer range, look at these three at 232, 242, and this 1618 at 255. So let's pull this down so we can get a look at these targets. And let's do one for if it breaks to the downside. Coming back to about the 200 and retesting this area. Could happen. Definitely could happen. Need to mark that guy. So if we do break structure, retest, looking about $1.08, $1.09 in that area, where we should find some support, and might be a good place to add to your position if that does happen. And Chris is asking, could we do Ronin? Let's see who would have this guy. Oh wow. Well, it's been on a tear, hasn't it? There's one. Okay. So holding above daily support of 54 cents, that's good. So if we lose our area, that's our first place to look for a bounce. And hopefully that will stick. If it doesn't stick, you're looking at this area, about 47 cents, and then this area, about 35 cents. The 100 crossed the 200 on the daily EMAs. That's your last bullish sign. This thing's in bullish territory. There's just no doubt about it. If you're looking for a pullback, first place I'm going to look 58, just right under 59 cents there. That's the 618 retracement. Price usually always goes back there. Got 68.5 cents. And it's bouncing off the 382 right now. That's the area that it's currently in. And same as I said on the other coins, if we see a bounce there and then go higher, great sign that this will probably continue its parabolic movement. But if we come down lower, it may come down to the 21 and right around 68 cents. Maybe a little further there, but let's see what our targets. Already did that. Okay, let's take a different look here. I'd also look here at $1.57. That might be a little area for a hiccup there. So people might be trying to go short there. And another take profit target would be at about $1.31. And shooting far off, like your bull market target, shoot for 380. I forgot which one was, okay, that was the fib. Okay, still got money flow coming in. This guy's wanting to take a rest. Okay, so that guy's saying we're getting a pullback. So maybe coming back down to about the 60-cent area. Check the smaller time frame here. But remember, this was the 382 and it hasn't broke below it yet. Red Ichimoku cloud says, we're going to come under here a little bit. Good chance that, well, the first place we're going to drop to, and it looks like it's already started it, down here to this 100 EMA, about 74 cents. Okay, so it broke market structure and then came back on the up. And this is actually a good sign. Broke out to this side, came back and is retesting that. It may follow this down, may come through here before we actually make a break to the upside. It may not come below this. It may not get below the 80 cents, and that would be going back to that bullish story that we're talking about, bouncing off the 382. That little thing of red on the Ichimoku is not terrible. When it's thick like that, it's like a magnet and it's going to pull price up into it. So, we could be seeing this sideways action and then up, just kind of like making a kind of a bull flag, and which it's already broke out and maybe just kind of retesting. Could ride it down a little bit before it goes at the upside. Now, if it does that, if it makes an actual bull flag, got a couple of different moves there. That would take us up to close to the 382 level there. And that guy takes us to 166. So not bad. Not bad as far as targets go. Maybe picking some more up around 75 cents or so if we make it down that way. Or just depending on how things go next week. Tomorrow and the next day determines how far we come down. This looks pretty strong. First take profit area would be 131. Next one would be about 156. May get a hiccup there. May come up to our measure move 167. I got 176, $2. Looks nice. All right. Anybody else got any more requests? If you do, just let me know. We'll take a quick look at some of these things, see if anything pops off at me. XPR looks interesting. Is it breaking out? To treat that one as an anomaly. Touch there, touch there, touch there. So it did break out of that. This guy would just do that. A little bit of an angle there. It's got some angle there. So no matter how you look at it, it broke out. If we include this, that guy gives you a measured move up to support resistance area of about 0.004.5 cents on that one. Breaking above the daily 200 EMA. It hasn't really claimed it yet, but it's working on it. Ichimoku Cloud says it can do it. MACD says it can do it. Market Cipher says it can do it. Looks like Proton XPR is getting ready to make a big move here. That Ichimoku Cloud looks good. It already did a retest there and it's ready to go. Don is asking for MTL. And I'm guessing probably Gate.io. MACD's looking nice. Market Cipher's looking pretty good. Close. That's good. It's above the 200 on the 200 EMA on the daily. That's always good. So first measure move would take us to $3.61. Second measured move would take us to $4.92. The only thing I would be concerned about is if we pull this baby up here. If we count that guy, then we're almost broken out. Looks like it's still got a little bit more work to do, but it's trying to do it. It's done all the things. That looks great. Ichimoku Cloud's all nice and thick, or thin, spindly. 50 crossing the 100. Got the 9 crossing the 200. I mean, it's going up. Should go up, depending on tomorrow and the next day, but it's got good signs. That's getting ready for a strong move. So $1.10 could be a pullback area. What did I do? What did I do? And the area it's in right now, a little bit of a hiccup. See that support resistance flip right here, right there. So that's what it's struggling with right now. Getting above that. And right here, 158 is going to be a little place for it to get a hiccup. 183. Did it again, didn't I? Keep hitting the wrong button. It's got some decent targets. And that one matches up with the 618, but 361. And target 443 at the 786. That would work. So to be what, $1.42? This one looks like it could easily 2x. You can make a moonbag out of that. That looks nice. That's a good one. Donna is my resident gem picker. She finds some really cool coins, some of the low cap gems and things like that. She's pulling them out of the woodworks all the time. Chris says, just a quick question. When do you usually make live streams? I don't make them very often. I'm wanting to try to do it, and I'm working out through some of the technical difficulties. That's why I don't have the camera on or anything. Sometimes when I start this up, my mic doesn't work, and I've had to work through that last night. It's been a challenge, but I'm trying to work through it, and just having people show up, because I think the first few times it was, just me. That wasn't so fun. But I'd like to try to do them at least once a week, and maybe more as it kind of picks up. Donna says the 3 peaks lineup, yeah. And do I mind doing crew? Yeah, we can do that. I did a video on that, and that's the first time I heard of it. It looked really interesting when I was looking into the fundamentals of it. Looks like it's got a pretty nice shot. Notice the MEXC had that too. I was making that watch list for MEXC Global, and it took me forever. And I filled up one watch list. I don't know. I got it down to, it won't let me put more than 1,000 coins on there. I didn't know that was a limit, but MEXC has a bunch. Okay. And then we can look at bone next. Yeah, not a problem. All right, let's see. See if we can get with Gate.io. I've already got it. Still got it plotted out there for Gate.io. So the targets are all still good, and we're just looking at that pullback. It's already came back to the 382, and that's at $1.31. So we got that pullback. Let me make sure that should be the 382. No, it's the halfway mark. Okay. Change the color on that one so I don't get confused. Sometimes I color code them so it helps me remember what they were. So this is the halfway mark. That's by Dow theory. When you get an impulse move like this, usually reverts back to the 50% level. That's Dow theory. We find that, you know, that happens sometimes, and that's a good place to get a bounce. But, you know, sometimes we come back to the 1618, that little golden pocket area right through here. So that could be what's happening. We could be coming back to 116 in that area. But if we get a bounce here where we are, that's a good sign for some more upward action. Ichimoku says that could happen. Let's see what our indicators are saying. MACD's kind of wanting to go a little bit bearish. So is the RSI is headed downward. Not terrible. It's still in bullish territory. Market cipher still has money flow. That's good. Stochastics are down. So we just got to see if they get pinned here, which I haven't seen that happen. Can I please get me a paintbrush? So the stochastics are starting to turn around and going to the upside. That will be a good sign. Money flow is coming down a little bit. VWAP's having a little struggle. So I'll see how this plays out, but we should start getting some upward movement. We'll take a look at some of the smaller time frames to see if it gives us any more clues there. I think we just have a channel. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. How does that line up? That works, but that would be the actual channel angles. Okay, market ciphers trying to print a green dot. Stochastics are starting to go up. Money flow is starting to turn to the upside. All the things on market cipher are starting to look like they're starting to point up. So the indicator's looking good on the 4 hour. See what RSI is crossed above the yellow line there. Good sign there. So it's technically has a breakout on the RSI. So 4 hour wants to go up, which is really cool. Could this be? Let me play around with another idea here. Yeah, that works too. So it also makes it a falling wedge. There's not so much divergence there. That's a funky MACD little duck head looking thing there. It's good. Just wanting to go up. Signs are looking good on the 4 hour, so it looks like we might get a possible breakout up to the upside and then start working our way through the thick cloud right here. So the targets I got should still be good, but I can get some more targets just from this. Looking at it, maybe it'll play out as a bull flag. Possible. You could do a 1-to-1 move. I mean, they do that. AB equals CD move. Takes us right up here to this area, about 256, 250. 251 is what I got from the actual measure move I pulled there, but it's a zone, so we've already got that with the support level. So that's just confluence, meaning it's got a good chance to get there then. And anything that's just a little bit more immediate pretty much takes you back up to the top of it, to about 190. So that would be a trading target for anybody trying to trade it short term. But other than that, the other targets remain. Probably easier if I zoom out on the daily here, because I had targets going up on this one. I mean, it depends on how long you want to hold it, because when you zoom way out, this thing went crazy to what, 100 and on this chart, $180. Can it do it again? I don't know. It depends on how many coins are released and things like that, how many are in circulation between then and now, and what's going on with the project. But you should see these resistance areas. So $25 being a pretty good one. We can actually cover that whole zone from $21 to $25 there. So that would be a good long range target to work for. Even $12.22, that would be one. $9.24. It's got some potential to go. It can make a move. It's definitely hit bottom and trying to move up. What we got? And right here, I mean, there's nothing there, so it could be a quick move up to there to $4. Because there's nothing, not much to keep it from doing that, really. So I'm interested in how this plays out. I don't have access to this one, unfortunately. But for people who do, it looks like it'd be a cool one to hold on to, and a cool one to trade. And Bone, got to look at Bone. Oh, who's had it the longest? October 22, that wasn't long enough. It's been out for a while, right? I looked at this before. Okay. Don't remember looking at it. Parabolic move. Good. Still holding that structure. Very good. It's actually started to go parabolic from that one. And we just got to see if it'll hold on to that. So we draw a curved trend line there, and when it breaks below that trend line, it's over. Get out. Trust me. Get out. So when it starts doing the parabolic move, it does what we call steps or stages. It looks like this is stage 1, working on maybe stage 2, and then it'll try to go up. Stage 3 is usually the biggest one, where you get the biggest move. And as long as it stays within this yellow line, it can keep doing that. But the moment it breaks out of it, it's best just to kiss that trade goodbye, leave, whatever, because it'll go sideways and go down and disappoint you for a long time before it starts coming back up again, usually how that kind of works out. So I'd pay attention to the parabolic line there, and even if you don't have access to draw a curved line or erase things, and can you just go somewhere? You can always just use a trend line. And so I've got that one, so I know if that trend line's broken, I'm done. And then as it kind of makes a move up and you go to a smaller time frame, you can connect those, make another trend line. So if that one's broke, it's done. And that should be the bounce there. It's a little bit too early maybe to, depending on how you want to do it, if you're really trading hard. If I was day trading or something like that, or a short-term trade, I would have that one, and that would be my get out mark. Kind of got to see what it does. There's the wick there, and it looks like that's going to be your trend line. So that's just another way that you can kind of follow it and look at it. But what was that? I picked the wrong thing somehow. Make it stop. But I like the curve one. A little bit easier to mess with. Gives you a little bit more room there too. But bone looks pretty good. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Look at our indicators. Still got room to go in the daily. So $2.03, the next target that we have for it. Four hours still looks good. Sales money flow in there. I mean, it's taking a little bit of a break. It's resting just a little bit. Can't ever find this stuff. There it is. So same with stochastics. They're trying to turn around and reset, and that's good. VWAP's kind of turned around, or momentum waves starting to turn around a little bit. Money flow is, it's hanging in there. Just got to see this VWAP come back up. I mean, it looks pretty good. Now there's a little bit of bearish divergence there, going from here to there, and then our RSI is coming down. That usually means that you're going to get a retracement, but when you're in a parabolic movement with this curved line here, that usually doesn't play out as much. So, I mean, we could come back down to these lower areas, 150, something like that. But right now, it's just showing me some strength. The MACD is looking good. It's going to the upside. It looks like it really wants to rip up to the higher targets there. And let's see if we got any more. Do I have higher targets than that? Okay, let's do this little guy. See if he can shed some light on me. Okay, is that the 618 right now for that move? Could put target at 220. And 402, that would be a good one, long-term target. That's right in the neighborhood there at 384. 303, 336, and of course here at the top at 240. That's a lot of different targets there to choose from. Huh? It's almost too many. I'm looking for any kind of measured move we can use. It's not going to be much of a big one there. Measured move would take us up to this target that we already got with another one for confluence top of there. That would be your next big target. I'd just count this one out. You could do 220. But it looks like it would, the one most reasonable to go with would be about 240, 239 as probably your next target to look for. All right, guys. Anybody want to take a look at anything else? Just let me know. Ooh. Donna, this one you just looked at, right? MTL. It's doing good on Bitcoin. 34% up on Bitcoin. Not seeing the big gainers tonight. NOIA. Some of these just been popping off. Hope you guys been taking profit with your altcoins. Take a look at Bitcoin again. Make sure it hasn't done anything crazy on me. Always watching Bitcoin. If you're trading altcoins, you gotta follow Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Oh, I need a better chart than this. I got this one just too doctored up. So this is my simplified version. If Bitcoin breaks to the upside, Bitcoin's happy. If it goes sideways, then alts are happy and Bitcoin's just kind of meh. The other scenario we're looking for with this rounding top is that it could come down here and break to the upside. It's possible. It does that. Saw an altcoin that actually had that same pattern, so I'm not throwing that out the window for Bitcoin to happen, but it just looks like it's coming down. Signs are saying we're going to get a retracement. So just keep that on your radar. See what happens tomorrow. Dollar starting to round off. That's a good sign if it does that. If the dollar pulls back, Bitcoin's going to go up. Could Ichimoku clouds thickening up there? I don't know. I'm just concerned a little bit about tomorrow to see how things go. And Bitcoin dominance got rejected, so that's good for altcoins. So we keep up with Bitcoin dominance. That's how much money is going into Bitcoin versus going into altcoins and everything. And when it's coming down, altcoins do good, especially on the BTC pairs. You can make more Bitcoin trading altcoins like that. And then we started going up and we started suffering, but now we got rejected here and starting to come down a little bit. If we can just keep breaking on down, altcoins will start looking up. Total 2's getting a little rejection there, or a little retest of the 200. Hopefully that's a good sign there. And bring the chat down here. Corey says, thanks, no problem. Donna says, just looking at the fundamentals analysis, it's a payment app where you can also pay with crypto. All right, guys, well, if nobody's got anything else to ask for, I think we will call this a stream. Give you just a few seconds because I know there's a little bit of a delay. How's the music and the sound and everything? Is that coming across all right? Music too loud or too soft? I can only hear it if I put headphones on, and then I've got a delay, so it messes me all up. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a stream. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate each and every one of you. And if you can hit the like button on the way out, that will definitely help the video and also help the channel. And be blessed, guys. I'm making you sleepy. Thanks, Donna. God bless.